Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, the question that I will be answering is, what is the biblical meaning of having ears to hear? So having ears to hear means that you are receptive to being taught, instructed, corrected, and disciplined by God. Another word that the Bible sometimes used was meek. The meek will he guide in judgment, and the meek will he teach his ways, as was written in Psalm 25, verse 9. Those who have ears to hear do not inherently believe they are right. They are ready to accept their wrong when God tells them. You may recall how David reacted when the prophet Nathan convicted him of murder and theft of another man's wife. He didn't stone the prophet. He didn't command that he be thrown into prison, as some other kings did, like King Ahab in 1 Kings chapter 22, verses 26 to 27, and as King Joash woefully did in 2 Chronicles chapter 24, verses 20 to 22, where he commanded that the prophet be stoned to death. And by the way, let me just add, that was not just any prophet. That prophet was the son of the priest who protected him and ensured that he became king. So you can imagine the ingratitude that came from that fellow, right? What did David do instead? He said remorsefully, I have sinned against the Lord, in 2 Samuel chapter 12, verse 13. By studying the ministry of Jesus Christ, the meaning of that phrase, having ears to hear, actually becomes very clear. Jesus would preach to a congregation, or maybe he'd do a miracle, and we'd find a divide constantly occurring. We'd have some who would support him and glorify God, and we'd have others who would gang up with the Pharisees to destroy him, like you read in John chapter 11, verses 45 to 46, where Jesus, after he resurrected Lazarus, which you would think everybody would like, no, human beings, we're not like that. There are some people, of course, they loved it, but then there are others, they went to the Pharisees, who they knew was Jesus Christ's enemy, and they wanted to, report him so that it's like, what are you guys going to do about this? You're just going to let him destroy our heritage? Like, you guys can't just sit there. So you always have that. And Jesus himself testified to this, saying that he did not come to unite people. No, he came to divide by preaching the truth of God's word. If you read Matthew chapter 10, verses 34 to 36. And that's why when some people say, Jesus Christ is the kind of person who would unite. Oh, no. Jesus Christ is not ecumenical. He's not an inclusive kind of guy. No, he's divisive. He's exclusive. You see how many times Jesus Christ was saying, oh yeah, you guys are blind. You guys are not part of my fold. That's very exclusive language. It's not inclusive. It's not a equity, diversity, and inclusion kind of message. It's a exclusivity kind of message. It's a divisive message. In fact, you can come up with what the I should stand for. But you get my point. Like, Jesus Christ was a divisive fellow. So the only reason why his disciples, Jesus Christ's personal disciples, were able to endure his doctrine and the other Jews could not is because their eyes and their ears were opened or blessed, according to Matthew chapter 13, verses 16 to 17. Okay? So this ability to hear in the sense of being receptive to God's words is actually an act of God. It is not something that just happens to you after you've become a Christian for a while or you've studied the Bible for a certain amount of hours. No. It doesn't happen like that. In fact, it doesn't even necessarily happen by prayer. It has to be God's personal interference. Okay, just as Lydia's heart was opened by an invisible hand so that she began to pay attention to the words of Apostle Paul, if you read Acts chapter 16, verse 14, it is God himself, through his holy angels, that can open your mind up. So you can think of it like, basically, God has to preach to you first before a human being can preach to you and you'll actually receive the message. And if you remember Revelation chapter 14, verses 6 to 7, you'll see that this is exactly what was said, that it was an angel carrying the everlasting gospel to preach to the world, even though an angel has never come down physically to necessarily preach the gospel. No, it's the angel who opens the heart that allows you to receive the gospel. So in that sense, the angel is preaching, just not in a physical light. So I think that should explain what it means to have ears to hear. It's that idea of being receptive, humble, and open to understanding and learning about God and his ways, and not feeling that you already have all the answers and that the prophet's just an idiot and you already know. Like, it's a sense of humility and open-mindedness and simplicity towards the laws of God. So if you enjoyed this video, then I would appreciate if you like the video, subscribe to the channel, check out the other videos we have and the other channels we have too. In case you haven't noticed, we do have other channels. If you go to our homepage, scroll down, you'll see the section other channels. We have several other channels there, and each of them has many other videos. So I think this is becoming a library of some sort where, whatever you want, it's all here. We've done it all by God's grace, of course, and we'll continue to as time progresses. Okay? Have a great day, everyone, and God bless you.